what are a couple of your favorite mods? Why do you use them? Can you go through the details of that?
I think first, like a lot of people like modifying because it's a way to cut your weight and get lighter, and it's a very inexpensive way. Typically, most of our stuff ranges from $10 to $30 to $40 range, so it's fairly inexpensive to do. What made me decide to leave my job? Well, first, I guess I started off when I started making daisy chains. When I first started doing them, most people started making all these loops, and if people know Amsteel, this is probably the first thing they think of. But when they stopped, they just stopped here and tied a knot. I found a way, and as far as I know, unless someone's copied me, I'm the only person that actually makes a nice finished loop on each end. And the reason I do it this way is you're never going to hunt a tree that's typically, smaller than that. If you do, you just wrap around twice. So the daisy chain is the first product I ever made.
So when would someone use the daisy chain? So
this is for their climbing sticks to get up the tree.
And so this has loops. You want to show a little bit. Yeah. If you don't know, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, so a daisy chain, you'll have a single loop. On my daisy chain specifically, you have a single loop. You'll attach that to your Versa button. You'll wrap it around the tree, and you'll select the tightest loop. There's a bunch of links here, or chains, and you'll select the tightest loop around the tree, and then you'll set your stick down, and your stick will be set and good to go.
Yeah, super easy. You just go around, loop it over, you're done.
One of the downsides to this, and the reason I came up with one of my newer products, and the reason I left the sheriff's department and started doing this full time, is if you get in the middle of a loop, you can only make loops so tight to fit on a Versa button. If you have a 2-inch Versa button, you got to have at least a 2-inch loop. If you get in between loops, you have a lot of sag on your stick, and you can sometimes on a gnarly tree have a kick out. So when I saw that problem, I came up with the USA, the Ultimate Stick Attachment, which is essentially a rope version of a cam buckle. You have a loop that you'll stick on your Versa button, and you'll have a sliding friction hitch. You'll take both of these loops, put it on your Versa button, and you just pull the tag end. And then you set your stick. You have unlimited adjustment from 6 inches all the way out to 8 feet, depending on your setup. And it's super lightweight, under an ounce, and just a great way to attach your stick to the tree.
Yeah,
and it's not a traditional friction hitch, like a traditional proof stick that binds up. We have a 7-wrap Schwab that we came up with that adjusts both ways. We actually have systems when we go to trade shows that have been on a tree and off a tree with weight on it over 30,000 times, and they're still in perfect condition to be used.
Yeah, so this stuff's really durable, strong, lightweight, all that stuff, not noisy.
Yep, and then we have a platform version or a stand version that's the same concept. But we have a 2-loop system. It works kind of like a pulley, where a pulley's twice as easy. On a side load, it'll get twice as tight. So you'll see there's a friction hitch here. You'll wrap this around the tree, and you'll take this loop that's ran through here, wrap it around, and this is called a trucker's hitch. And you'll take your second loop and put it over there, and you'll cinch it down, and it'll get twice as tight. And this will actually get tighter than what a cam buckle will on a tree. It's pretty crazy how that works.
Well, put that up here again so we can see it. So where did you learn all these knots and stuff? Were you like in Boy Scouts?
I was not. So I mean, everyone knows what a proof stick is. I just played around and really spent the time to figure out the best knot to use for this. So when I first developed the USA in 2019, or 2021, I was using proof sticks. I didn't have this tender that makes it one-hand adjustable. I just had a proof stick, and you slid it by hand, and then it jammed up, and you let it go. And it was kind of a pain in the butt. And after about 6 months of doing that, after hunting season got over, I really went to the drawing board to come up with the best friction hitch I could that was easy to tie in mass quantities. We go through thousands and thousands of these a year selling them, and still worked really well, got relatively tight or really tight, and that was the friction hitch we came up with.
Yeah, so if you don't know...